Welcome to the world of artificial intelligence, the podcast that explores how AI is reshaping our world. I'm your host, Bella, and today we're diving into the fascinating ways AI is transforming various aspects of society. Joining us today is Dr. David, an expert in artificial intelligence and its applications. Dr. David, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me, Bella. I'm excited to discuss this important topic.
We're thrilled to have you. AI seems to be everywhere these days, from our smartphones to major industries. Could you give us an overview of how AI is changing our world?
Certainly. Artificial intelligence is indeed revolutionizing many aspects of our lives, from healthcare and finance to transportation and urban planning. It's enhancing efficiency, improving decision-making, and opening up new possibilities we couldn't have imagined just a few years ago.
That sounds incredible. I can't wait to explore these topics in more detail. Let's start by defining what exactly AI is and how it works.
Here's a script for the Defining Artificial Intelligence section.
Dr. David, let's start with the basics. Can you explain to our listeners what exactly artificial intelligence is?
Certainly, Bella. Artificial intelligence, or AI, refers to computer systems that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. But it's more than just complex software. AI systems have some key qualities that set them apart.
What are those key qualities?
There are three main qualities: intentionality, intelligence, and adaptability. Let me break those down. Intentionality means AI systems can make decisions based on real-time data. They're not just following pre-programmed instructions, but can analyze information and act on it.
That's fascinating. And what about intelligence?
Intelligence in AI refers to the ability to analyze data, spot patterns, and apply that knowledge to solve problems. AI often uses machine learning, where the system improves its performance over time as it processes more data.
I see. And adaptability?
Adaptability is crucial. AI systems can learn from experience and adjust their behavior. For example, a self-driving car can learn from the experiences of other vehicles on a road and adapt to new situations it encounters.
How does this differ from traditional software systems?
Traditional software follows fixed rules and can adapt or learn on its own. If you wanted to do something new, you have to reprogram it. AI, on the other hand, can modify its own behavior based on new data and experiences. It's much more flexible and can handle complex, changing situations.
That's a great explanation, Dr. David. It really helps clarify what makes AI unique and powerful. Let's talk about the economic impact of AI, Dr. David. There's been a lot of buzz about how artificial intelligence could potentially transform the global economy. What are some of the key projections we're seeing?
Well, Bella, you're absolutely right. The economic potential of AI is truly staggering. One of the most comprehensive studies on this topic was conducted by PricewaterhouseCoopers, or PwC. Their research estimated that AI technologies could increase global GDP by a whopping $15.7 trillion by the year 2030.
Wow, that's an enormous figure. Can you break that down a bit for our listeners?
Of course. To put it in perspective, that $15.7 trillion represents a 14% increase in global GDP. The study further broke this down by region. For example, they projected that China could see a boost of $7 trillion, while North America might experience a $3.7 trillion increase.
That's fascinating. Are there any other studies that support these projections?
Yes, absolutely. Another notable study was conducted by the McKinsey Global Institute, focusing specifically on China. They found that AI-led automation could potentially add between 0.8 to 1.4 percentage points to China's annual GDP growth, depending on how quickly the technology is adopted.
It sounds like China is poised to be a major player in the AI economy. Why is that?
Well, China has set some ambitious national goals when it comes to AI. They've committed to investing $150 billion in artificial intelligence and have stated their intention to become the global leader in this field by 2030. The sheer size of their AI market gives them tremendous opportunities for testing and development.
These projections are certainly exciting, but are there any potential downsides or challenges we should be aware of?
That's an excellent question, Bella. While the economic potential is immense, we also need to consider factors like job displacement, the need for workforce retraining, and ensuring that the benefits of AI are distributed equitably. It's crucial that as we develop and implement AI technologies, we also put thought into managing these societal impacts.
Now, Dr. David, let's dive into how artificial intelligence is being applied in the financial sector. Can you give us an overview of some key areas where AI is making an impact?
Certainly, Bella. AI is revolutionizing finance in several ways. One of the most significant applications is in loan decisions. Banks and financial institutions are now using AI systems to analyze a wide range of data about potential borrowers, going far beyond just credit scores.
That's fascinating. How exactly does AI improve the loan decision process?
Well, AI can quickly process and analyze things like an applicant's spending habits, employment history, and even social media activity. This allows for a more comprehensive assessment of creditworthiness in a matter of minutes, rather than days or weeks.
I see. Are there any other major areas where AI is being used in finance?
Absolutely. Another big application is in what we call robo-advisors. These are AI-powered systems that provide automated, algorithm-driven financial planning services with little to no human supervision.
That sounds quite advanced. How do these robo-advisors work?
Essentially, they use algorithms to automatically allocate, manage, and optimize client assets. They can create personalized investment portfolios based on an individual's financial goals, risk tolerance, and other factors. This technology is making professional investment advice more accessible and affordable for many people.
That's really interesting. Are there any other key areas we should know about?
Yes, fraud detection is another crucial application. AI systems can analyze patterns in financial transactions much faster and more accurately than humans. They can spot anomalies or suspicious activities in real time, helping to prevent fraud before it occurs.
It sounds like AI is really transforming the financial industry. Do you think these changes are generally positive?
Overall, yes. AI is making financial services more efficient, accessible, and secure. However, it's important to note that there are also challenges, such as ensuring the fairness and transparency of AI algorithms in financial decision-making. But that's a topic for another discussion.
Now, Dr. David, let's talk about how artificial intelligence is being used in national security. This seems like a critical area where AI could have a major impact. What can you tell us about that?
You're absolutely right, Bella. AI is rapidly transforming the defense and intelligence sectors. One of the most prominent examples is Project Maven, which the U.S. military launched to enhance its capabilities.
What exactly is Project Maven?
Project Maven uses AI to analyze vast amounts of video footage collected by drones and other surveillance methods. The AI can quickly identify patterns or abnormal activities, which it then flags for human analysts to review. This dramatically speeds up the process of sifting through intelligence data.
That sounds really impressive. Are there other ways AI is being used in national defense?
Definitely. AI is being integrated into many aspects of military operations. For instance, it's improving command and control systems, helping commanders make faster and more informed decisions. This is leading to a new concept called hyperwar.
Hyperwar? That sounds intense. Can you explain what that means?
Hyperwar refers to the idea that AI will accelerate warfare to unprecedented speeds. Imagine AI systems that can analyze battlefield situations, make tactical decisions, and even control autonomous weapons, all in a fraction of the time it would take humans. This could fundamentally change the nature of conflict.
That's a bit scary to think about. Are there concerns about this technology?
Absolutely. There are serious ethical debates about the use of AI in warfare, especially when it comes to autonomous weapons. Many worry about the implications of removing human decision-making from lethal actions. There's also the risk of AI systems being hacked or making critical errors.
It sounds like AI in national security is a double-edged sword. Are there any positive applications?
Yes, there are. AI is also being used to enhance cybersecurity. protecting critical networks from attacks. It can detect and respond to threats much faster than human operators. Additionally, AI can assist in non-combat roles like logistics, maintenance prediction, and training simulations.
Now let's turn our attention to how artificial intelligence is transforming healthcare. Dr. David, can you tell us about some of the exciting applications of AI in medicine?
Certainly, Bella. AI is making significant strides in healthcare, particularly in areas like medical imaging, diagnosis, and patient care. One fascinating example is in radiology. AI systems are being trained to analyze medical images like X-rays, CT scans, and MRIs with remarkable accuracy.
That sounds impressive. How does it work exactly?
Well, let's take the example of a German company called Merantix. They've developed an AI application that can detect lymph nodes in CT images. This is crucial for identifying potential cancers. The AI can analyze these images much faster than human radiologists and at a fraction of the cost.
Wow, that could really speed up diagnosis times. Are there any other areas where AI is helping with medical diagnosis?
Absolutely. AI is being used to predict and diagnose a wide range of conditions. For instance, there are AI tools that can analyze heart rhythm data to predict congestive heart failure. This is a condition that affects about 10% of seniors and costs billions in healthcare expenses annually.
How does AI help in this case?
The AI can analyze patterns in a patient's data and predict potential complications before they occur. This allows doctors to intervene earlier, potentially keeping patients out of the hospital and improving their quality of life.
That's incredible. It seems like AI could really transform patient care.
You're right, Bella. And it's not just in diagnosis. AI is also being used to personalize treatment plans, manage patient data more efficiently, and even assist in surgical procedures. The potential for improving patient outcomes and reducing healthcare costs is enormous.
It certainly sounds like AI is set to revolutionize healthcare as we know it. Thank you for those insights, Dr. David. Let's move on to how AI is being used in criminal justice systems. Dr. David, can you tell us about some of the applications in this area?
Certainly, Bella. One of the most prominent uses of AI in criminal justice is predictive policing. For example, the city of Chicago has developed an AI-driven system called the Strategic Subject List that analyzes data on people who have been arrested to predict their risk of becoming future perpetrators of crime.
That's fascinating. How does the system work?
The system ranks about 400,000 people on a scale from 0 to 500, using various factors such as age, criminal history, victimization records, drug arrests, and gang affiliations. Interestingly, the analysis found that youth is a strong predictor of violence, and being a shooting victim is associated with becoming a future perpetrator.
Are there any surprising findings from the system?
Yes, actually. The analysis showed that gang affiliation has little predictive value, and drug arrests are not significantly associated with future criminal activity. These insights challenge some common assumptions about crime.
How do supporters of these AI systems justify their use?
Proponents argue that AI programs can reduce human bias in law enforcement and lead to fairer sentencing. Some studies suggest that machine learning could be used to cut crime rates significantly without increasing incarceration, or alternatively, reduce jail populations without increasing crime rates.
That sounds promising, but are there concerns about using AI in this way?
Absolutely. Critics worry that these tools might unfairly target people of color and haven't actually helped reduce crime in places like Chicago. There are also concerns about using AI to punish people for crimes they haven't yet committed, which raises serious ethical questions.
How are other countries approaching this?
In China, for example, they're taking it even further. They're using AI to match video images, social media activity, online purchases, and travel records into what they call a police cloud. This allows authorities to track criminals and potential lawbreakers, but it also raises significant privacy concerns.
It seems like there's a delicate balance between the potential benefits and risks of using AI in criminal justice.
You're absolutely right, Bella. While AI has the potential to make law enforcement more efficient and fair, we need to be very careful about how it's implemented to ensure it doesn't perpetuate or exacerbate existing biases and inequalities in the justice system.
Now let's move on to discuss how artificial intelligence is transforming the transportation sector. Dr. David, can you give us an overview of AI's impact in this area?
Certainly, Bella. One of the most exciting and visible applications of AI in transportation is the development of autonomous vehicles. These self-driving cars and trucks use a combination of sensors, cameras, and AI algorithms to navigate roads and make driving decisions in real time.
That sounds incredibly complex. How exactly does the AI work in these vehicles?
Well, the AI systems in autonomous vehicles are constantly processing huge amounts of data from their environment. They use technologies like LiDAR, which is a kind of laser-based radar, to create a 3D map of their surroundings. The AI then uses this data to make decisions about steering, acceleration, and braking.
Are these vehicles actually on the roads now?
Yes, many companies are testing autonomous vehicles on public roads, though usually with human safety drivers present. Companies like Tesla, Waymo, and Uber have made significant progress in this area.
Speaking of Uber, how is AI impacting ride-sharing services?
Great question. Ride-sharing companies are very interested in autonomous vehicles, as they could potentially reduce costs and improve service. But even with human drivers, these companies use AI extensively. For example, they use machine learning algorithms to predict demand, optimize routes, and set prices dynamically.
That's fascinating. Are there any challenges or concerns with AI in transportation?
Absolutely. Safety is a major concern, especially after a fatal accident involving an Uber self-driving car in 2018. There are also questions about job displacement for drivers and complex regulatory and ethical issues to navigate.
It sounds like AI is really reshaping the future of how we'll get around. Thank you for that insightful overview, Dr. David.
Here's a script for the AI in Smart Cities section.
Let's move on to another exciting application of AI smart cities. Dr. David, how are urban areas leveraging artificial intelligence to improve life for their residents?
Well, Bella, it's fascinating to see how cities are embracing AI to enhance various aspects of urban living. One great example is Cincinnati, where the fire department is using data analytics to optimize their response to medical emergencies.
That sounds interesting. How exactly does that work?
Their system uses AI to analyze factors like the type of emergency call, location, weather conditions, and historical data from similar incidents. It then recommends to the dispatcher whether a patient can be treated on-site or needs to be taken to the hospital. With about 80,000 emergency calls annually, this AI-powered system helps prioritize responses and use resources more efficiently.
That's impressive. Are there other examples of AI applications in smart cities?
Absolutely. Many cities are adopting AI for things like environmental planning, resource management, energy utilization, and crime prevention. Seattle, for instance, is focusing on sustainability, using AI to manage energy usage. Boston has launched a City Hall to Go program to ensure underserved communities receive needed public services. They're also using cameras and sensors for traffic management and gunshot detection.
It seems like AI is touching almost every aspect of city management. How widespread is this trend?
According to a National League of Cities report, about 66% of American cities are investing in smart city technology. Some popular applications include smart meters for utilities, intelligent traffic signals, e-governance applications, Wi-Fi kiosks, and sensors embedded in pavements.
That's a significant number. What are some of the benefits cities are seeing from these AI implementations?
The main advantages are improved efficiency, better resource allocation, and enhanced quality of life for residents. AI helps cities respond more quickly to issues, predict problems before they occur, and make data-driven decisions. This can lead to cost savings, reduced environmental impact, and more responsive public services.
It sounds like AI is really transforming urban living. Thank you for sharing these insights, Dr. David. As we've discussed the many exciting applications of AI, Dr. David, it's clear that this technology has enormous potential. But I'm sure there are also some challenges we need to consider. What are some of the key ethical and policy issues surrounding AI?
You're absolutely right, Bella. While AI offers tremendous benefits, it also raises important concerns that we need to address. One major issue is data access. AI systems require vast amounts of data to function effectively, but how do we ensure that researchers and companies can access the data they need while still protecting individual privacy?
That's a great point. I imagine there's a delicate balance to strike there.
Exactly. Another critical issue is algorithmic bias. AI systems can inadvertently perpetuate or even amplify existing societal biases if we're not careful. For example, facial recognition systems have been shown to be less accurate for people of color due to biases in the training data.
Oh wow, I hadn't thought about that. How can we address this problem?
It requires a multifaceted approach, including diverse teams developing AI, carefully curated training data, and ongoing testing for bias. Transparency is also crucial. We need to be able to understand how AI systems make decisions, especially when those decisions have significant impacts on people's lives.
Like in healthcare or criminal justice applications, I imagine.
Precisely. This leads us to another key issue: legal liability. As AI systems become more autonomous, questions arise about who is responsible when something goes wrong. Is it the developer, the user, or the AI itself?
That's a tricky question. Have there been any legal precedents set in this area yet?
It's still a developing area of law, but we're starting to see cases that will help shape the legal framework around AI. For instance, the recent fatal accident involving an autonomous Uber vehicle raised many of these questions.
These are all fascinating and complex issues, Dr. David. It seems like we'll need ongoing dialogue between technologists, policymakers, and the public to address them effectively.
Absolutely, Bella. As AI continues to evolve and integrate into our lives, it's crucial that we actively engage with these ethical and policy challenges to ensure that AI benefits society as a whole.
Dr. David, we've covered a lot of ground on how AI is transforming various sectors. But with great power comes great responsibility. What recommendations do you have for policymakers and stakeholders to ensure we maximize the benefits of AI while addressing potential risks?
That's an excellent question, Bella. There are several key areas where I believe we need to focus our efforts. First and foremost, we need to improve data access. AI systems require large amounts of high-quality data to function effectively. We should develop a national data strategy that promotes innovation while also protecting consumer privacy.
That makes sense. What about government involvement?
Absolutely. I recommend increasing government investment in AI research and development. Currently, the U.S. lags behind other countries in this area. By boosting funding, we can maintain our competitive edge and drive innovation.
Education seems crucial too. How should we prepare the workforce for an AI-driven future?
You're spot on, Bella. We need to promote digital education and workforce development. This means reimagining our educational institutions to equip students with the skills needed in an AI-dominated landscape. This includes not just technical skills, but also critical thinking, collaboration, and adaptability.
Are there any specific governance structures you'd recommend?
Yes, I believe we should create a federal AI advisory committee. This group could provide guidance on promoting innovation, addressing workforce changes, and ensuring the ethical development of AI. It's also crucial to engage with state and local officials to ensure effective policies at all levels of government.
What about the technical aspects of AI development?
Great point. I'd recommend regulating broad objectives rather than specific algorithms. This approach allows for innovation while still addressing key concerns. We also need to take biases in AI systems seriously and work to eliminate discrimination.
Any final thoughts on AI governance?
Two more crucial points. We must maintain mechanisms for human oversight and control of AI systems, and we need to penalize malicious behavior and promote cybersecurity. By addressing these areas, we can create a framework that allows us to harness the full potential of AI while mitigating its risks.
Well, Dr. David, we've covered so much ground today on how artificial intelligence is transforming our world. Before we wrap up, could you summarize some of the key takeaways for our listeners?
Certainly, Bella. We've seen that AI is already having a profound impact across many sectors, from finance and healthcare to transportation and urban planning. The economic potential is enormous, with AI predicted to significantly boost global GDP in the coming years. However, we also discuss important challenges around ethics, bias, transparency, and governance that need to be addressed.
Absolutely. And what are your thoughts on the future of AI in society?
I believe AI will continue to advance rapidly and become increasingly integrated into our daily lives. While this brings tremendous opportunities, it's crucial that we approach AI development thoughtfully and responsibly. By focusing on ethical AI, promoting transparency, and implementing smart policies, we can harness the power of AI to improve lives while mitigating potential risks.
Thank you so much, Dr. David, for sharing your expertise with us today. To our listeners, thank you for tuning in to the world of artificial intelligence. Until next time.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more inspiring content. Your support means the world to us.